Welcome everybody, and welcome to a special Retro Games Revived look-up show. This episode is purely going to be pickups, and it's from a recent trip that I made, well, with Eddie, and we went to Craig's lockup. Craig's here again, his lockup, which is, I believe it's a 40-foot long shipping container just rammed with banana boxes full of everything, retro games, modernish games, film memorabilia, special editions, collector's editions. It's absolutely fantastic, phenomenal. And I bought quite a few things off Craig. He did me a really good deal, really pleased with it. Eddie himself, he got quite a few decent things as well. It's just insane, and we hardly scratched the surface with Craig's lockup. I think Eddie's been through more of it. He's been there quite a few times, and yeah, definitely want to go again if that's all right with you, Craig. And I'm sure we'll find another time. But I need to save up a little bit first. Yeah, I mean, we didn't only go to Craig's lockup. We met Pete Fighter 2 in Gainsborough, Consiborough. I can't remember. I think it's Consiborough Castle, of course it is. And there's a newish shop there that's open. It's retro games and board games and toys and a little doorway to darkness. And it were all right. It was a decent little shop. Like I said, it's mainly retro games, but there is other little bits as well. The PS2 section, although not that big, I did pick up quite a few games actually. But anyway, let's get into it. But firstly, Eddie paid a visit to me lockup on that same day we came through, and he'd asked me if I'd actually received this game that he sent me a while ago, because I hadn't featured it on anything. I says, yeah, I have. And I'm going to show it now because he won't rest until I do it. And Eddie sent me this. It was Project Zero. It's some, I don't know what it looks, horror. Does it say on the back? Perhaps walking through a gloomy haunted mansion where several horrific murders took place doesn't sound so terrible to you. A fear-filled atmosphere. So yeah, I mean the screenshots say it all really. They're pretty grim and very horror based. So, but yeah, Eddie sent me this, and thank you very much, Eddie. It was a while ago now, but I don't think I told him when it arrived. I probably forgot that it was Eddie sending me, and yeah, it just bypassed me. It was in my collection, and he had a look on my shelves and we found it. So, but I promised him I'd mention that. I did get a few items off Big Game. I'll show you them last because they're quite big items. And yeah, he just had them. He didn't want to hope for them. Just give me them, and really good actually. So we'll get to them at the end. Let me move that out of the way. And there's some items in this box that aren't related to the day out that we had game hunting. Pete Fighter gave me this. It's just an empty PS5 controller box. It's just going to make a nice display piece. Obviously I've only got one controller box, but my controller is in the PS5 box itself. I'll put that up there out of the way. That's going to be a nice display piece. So let me find out, because I've got them all sectioned on what I've got off or where I got certain things. I'll just show you these few bits of Commodore games that I bought off eBay. I'll just make my way through stuff. They're all alternative software because that is the next C64 subset I'm going for. Firstly, we've got Operation Hormuz. Like I said, these are all alternative software games. This is Danger Mouse in Double Trouble. I have actually looked at this game on YouTube, and I was quite disappointed. It looks a pretty dire game, really. It don't look very good. That's a shame, because I love the Danger Mouse cartoon. This is one of the compilation ones. It's the Foremost series. This is Foremost Adventures. The case is a little bit frosted up. Either somebody's tried removing something with some harsh label remover, and it's just scoured into the cassette case. But I've got replacements, so that'll be replaced. Foremost Adventures, that's, yeah, Life Term Smashed Whiz-Biz Starek, I think. Next we've got Aftermath. I think this is like a Missile Command clone. If you look at the screenshots, I'm just judging by the screenshots. Next we've got Rally Driver. It's a poor racing game, I've got to say. Though I've only seen the Spectrum version, I can't imagine the Commodore being that much better, to be honest. It's very poor, Rally Driver. There's hardly any scenery whatsoever. There's no sense of speed. You've just got, you know, your road in between green and then a blue sky. Next we've got Olympic Spectacular. You know, these kind of sports games, athletics games and that, on any subset really, they're the easy to get ones and the cheap ones. And that's those. So let's go on to stuff that I got from Craig's Lookup. Craig's here again. I saw this. This is, you know, I like my 8-bit joysticks. This is a Cruiser. It's a multicoloured one. Feels lovely. It's on the number 3 setting. It's got 3 settings as these joysticks. 1, 2 and 3. 1 being really easy to move about, up to 3, which is quite stiff. It depends on how you prefer your play style with the joysticks. Lovely. I had this on the Amiga, I think, when I had my Amiga. Very 80s colours, isn't it? Very neon looking. And that's that. And then I couldn't resist this. If you remember me Lara Croft little figurine, she's quite lonely up there. She's hung up with a tie wrap. So I thought, well, I need some company for her. So I got a sister. she's in porn industries. This one, she's not shy. Yeah, I got this Lara Croft. I'm assuming there should have been some clothes on her at one time, but he actually just threw this in. Did Craig, as part of the bundle, as part of the deal. Yeah, she's still got a mark on her face. That won't come off. She's, you know, it's on this chin. Anyway, so I didn't actually know what this was. And it's PlayStation 2. Excuse me. Network access disc. Never come across one. It's all complete. They're only a couple of quid, so thought why not go in the collection. Pete also fetched me this. Pete Fighter 2. He'd seen this somewhere in a shop somewhere. Asked if I'd got it. I says I am. And it's Call of Duty, part of my COD collection, Roads to Victory. This is on the PSP. I do believe this is the only PSP Call of Duty title, if I'm not mistaken. So it's nice that he got me this. Thank you very much, Pete. Like I said, part of the COD collection. It is complete as well. So that's brilliant. I'm sure when I first started collecting the CODs here, I thought I'm not really bothered if they are complete. But to be honest, I think they all are anyway. So might as well carry on that trend. There's some PS1 game. This is Europe Racer. It's by Davilex, and obviously it's part of the I think, well, I know one other, and that's London Racer. I think there may be a couple more in the series of racers, but that's Europe Racer. Another one that we're thrown in, Eddie noticed this little Outrun keyring. Yes, just nice little freebie from Craig. Nice to have. I love my Sega Super Scalers, and I got some Commodore games, or Spectrum games. I say Commodore game. I did get one Commodore game, the rest are Spectrum. He had a lot of Amstrad games. At one time, I was thinking about going into the Amstrad, but to be honest, I've got more than enough sets to be going on with. Spectrum is, I'm not going, you know, I'm not bothered about it as much as my Commodore, but if I come across any, I will get them. This is Raspberry. It's only a demo. This came with your Sinclair. It was a freebie, so it's only a demo of the game, but you know, still nice to have. Spectrum Firebird Silverbird title. No, I'm not going for the Silverbird range on the Spectrum, not yet. This is Eye of the Mask. It's like a 3D kind of game. The sure with the poor little speculators struggle to spin those around, as would the Commodore. You know, it's just how it was back then. The computers of the day weren't really capable of handling shitloads of mathematics, I suppose. Frankenstein Junior by Cody's. Is it Cody? No, it ain't. I get confused. This is Cartoon Time. I always think, and in fact, I think it is actually a sub publisher of Codemaster. That's why it looks so much like a Codemaster's cover. But this is Frankenstein Junior. But it's by Cartoon Time. This brings back some memories. It really does, and it got a honourable mention in the last podcast where we went through the letter A's. And this is Action Biker, Clumsy Colin. It's by Mastertronic. It's a tie-in with KP Skips for whatever reason, and I still don't really know to this day why Skips had anything to do with it. I can't quite remember, but looking at the screenshots, kind of a bit like a Tic Tac in certain. I think when you enter an house, the room layout is like from above. Like I say, like a Tic Tac, but there is driving sections where you drive around the streets. Can't remember the aim of the game or anything. I just remember it. Played it for hours. Nowadays, I'll go back to games like this and playing for 5 minutes. I'm like, oof, that was crap. But for some reason, you know, back in the day when I first got my Spectrum, and you know, games were not expensive, but like that when my pocket money for a week, that would have been $1.99. That was my pocket money for a week, so I had to make it last a fair bit. We've got some more. We've got Samurai Trilogy on the Kicks label. Don't know too much about Samurai, to be honest. These are on the Specky. Another Silverbird title. This is Spike. This game wasn't released on the Commodore 64 on the Silverbird range. Another Mastertronic game, A Ticket to Ride. Don't know anything about that game neither. I've got the Commodore. It's a cart. It's a cartridge, and it's International Soccer. And that is the very first football game I ever played on any system. No, I'll tell a lie, of course it won't. I did play some on the Spectrum. First C64 football game, but it was a football game that at the time it was actually quite good. Again, me and my mate used to play that for hours, really did. Back to the Spectrum, back to cassettes. Mum, me and my dad used to play a lot. I showed him a photo of this the other day. do you remember this, Dad? And you're like, no. I says, you do. Yeah, no, I can't remember it. So I says, you do. I says, we used to do. No, I can't remember it. For God's sake. Well, we did. We spent many hours on that. Me and my dad. Daly Thompson's Decathlon. My dad, I've mentioned it before, my dad was quite fast with fingers. Just to beat me. A very well known Mastertronic game. This is Chiller. And another very well known Spectrum game. I got it because it's old Horace. Though I remember Horoscope Scheme more than this game. Hungry Horace. I believe that's it for the 8-bit stuff. He had this. This is a collector's edition, limited collector's edition, and it's the game inside is completely sealed, officially sealed. This is Call of Duty World at War. Like I said, limited collector's. It's for the 360, but it's got the slip cover, got the big metal tin. Like I said, the game is still sealed. It's a cracking game as well, really is. And comes with this hip flask. That is beautiful. Strangely, it does say somewhere it's not really to be used as a drinking vessel. It's purely for display purposes. But you know, I don't even think it lid unscrews. I think it's all just moulded as one. But it's just nice. Just a nice piece. And yeah, it's going nicely for my COD collection. I like to think I've got more limited editions on the Xbox 360 than anything else. Yeah, I have. That's Call of Duty World at War. Onto some PS2 stuff now. There were quite a few PS2 games. Obviously I had most of them, but there were a few that I didn't have. Some even just filler titles, but even so. This is The Plan by Ghostlight. Never heard of it. I don't think Eddie had even heard of it actually, but that's Ghost Plan. And then this is Driver Parallel Lines. Well, this is the steelbook version, and with the slip cover. Obviously I've got Driver, but I ain't got Driver Parallel Lines, but I ain't got the steelbook version. So that's nice. None of them were really expensive. None of them. This one, I think again, I believe I've got the game, but I don't have the one with the slip cover. So I'll be probably swapping that out. There's no, you know, I think I've got that bit of it. It's just not the slip cover. So I'll swap the other one out, and then that'll be for sale or trade, whichever. This one is, it's a plate title. This is Motor Siege, Warriors of Prime Time. Probably like a Carmageddon kind of game, maybe. And another racing game, probably a filler title, ATV Off-Road Fury 3. I think I've got 1 and 2. These are all complete, obviously. I want to got them if they want. This is Tokyo Road Race. That is by Midas, Taito Midas. Looks a very cheap game, doesn't it? From that cover. That cover's naff, really is. But whether it's any good, I don't know. Silent Scope 3, I own 1 and 2. I didn't have this. I've never played these series, Silent Scopes. And then this next one, look, this one looked quite. I've never seen it before, so but it was really cheap, only a couple of pounds. DNA, Dark Native Apostle. No idea what kind of game it is. That's with most games that I feature. I'm just gonna have a drink of the old cafe latte. It just started to go cold. It was funny because on my way here, because it's quite early in the morning, about 7 o'clock. I've dropped my wife off at work. I said I'm going to come straight to lock up. And I nipped to McDonald's and I got a double sausage and egg McMuffin meal. says, what drink do you want? A latte. So I drove round and gets to the window where you pick your phone up and he went, latte? I says, yeah. He says, do you want any sugars? I says, yes please, 5. Like, looked at me, I'm thinking, never mind, just get them in. Them sachets hold nothing. I'm telling you, they do not hold 1 teaspoon. Only half a teaspoon. So, you know, 2.5 sugars. That's all that's in it. It's a big cup. So, when, you know, people look at it and think, fucking hell, how many sugars you have here? Well, not many. I'm not normally keen on strong coffees, especially McDonald's, but the lattes, I must admit, are not too bad. I'm going to have to drink this quick though, because it's going cold. Right, back to the pickups now. I've drunk my coffee. Next we've got another racing game, Tokyo Extreme Racer. Alright, Ubisoft. I like to pronounce developers' names wrong, as you may have, or most things wrong, as many people have picked up on. Now, I got this off Craig, and the more I look at it, the more I think I've actually got it. But anyway, if I have, then it's going up for trade. Summer Athletics. I'm on Lee Retro Chef's swap shop towards the end of the month. So I've got 1 or 2 items which may be of interest to people. I've got a few games as well, which, you know, they're all generic stuff, but you never know. Somebody might want them for whatever reason. He had a couple of DVD games as well, and this amazed me from Craig, because how many people would remember I collect DVD games, you know, and it absolutely amazed me that he remembered, and he probably come across them and put them to one side for me, which is absolutely incredible. And that, I'm amazed because when he says, oh, I've got some DVD games, you know, you collect those, I'm like, fucking hell, how do you remember that? My language is terrible today, it's because it's morning. Desert Lynam's Ultimate Sports Challenge, some kind of like question of sport kind of thing. Probably, yeah, it was going to be a quiz in it, a sports quiz, which I would do crap on because I'm not a sporting person. I used to be when I was younger, don't get me wrong. I used to be madly into football, and I used to follow Scarborough Football Club, but nowadays really not bothered about any of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm cheering England on at the minute, but I don't know, I'm just fast losing interest in anything other than gaming. Anyway, the next one is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The DVD game, Chris Tarrant. I'd do an impression of him, but I can't. I don't know how to do impressions. I'm rubbish at them. I think we're back onto some PS2. Crazy Golf World Tour. Fun for all the family. Now then, this is Made Man. I do have this. I should have looked before I did this pickups, but I'm sure this is a cover variant. I'm pretty sure that this is a different cover. I asked Eddie, and he went 100%, and he says, yeah, I think there may be a cover variant. I'm going to check. Give me 1 minute and I'll have a look. So that's what I got off Craig, and I was sure it were a cover variant because I could not remember seeing these bits on the side. And this is my copy. Exactly same. So I don't think these are cover variant. Oh well, I think trade bilegals. Bloody hell. You know, it's just one of them things. That's like the Mandela effect. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it did not have that cover before. Anyway, next we've got Devil Kings. This looks very RPG, Japanesey, RPG, Eddie type of gamey, but not for me really. well, it's from the creator. Well, obviously it's from the creators of Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. It's Capcom, isn't it? Back to DVD game. We've got Raven. Now, I never really used to watch this, though I do remember seeing it on the like children's TV. But I think I was probably just coming out of my childhood, really, to be watching a lot of it. Was it kind of nightmare game? Did it have computer graphics? I can't remember. I know that they had teams, didn't they, that did challenges, but anyway. As well as COD, I've decided to go for Medal of Honor subset collection, but unlike the COD, I'm only collecting the games for the Medal of Honor series. I really do like the Medal of Honor series. You know, do I prefer it more than COD? To an extent, yeah. I think Warzone's just blown anything else out of the water, but the Medal of Honor series, in its day, in its time, you know, trounced everything else for me. That's my opinion. So what I've done, I've got a couple of games. We've got Medal of Honor Warfighter. This is the limited edition one on 360. The Warfighter game is brilliant, it really is. Is it that one I played? I don't know though. No, I'm thinking at wrong one. Which one am I thinking of then? Just a second, because I've got them here, I'm sure I have. Oh no, it's that one. That's the one I'm thinking of. That is a cracking game. It's a shame the Medal of Honor series kind of stopped. I think a Medal of Honor Battle Royale kind of thing, like Warzone, like COD have done with Warzone, I think would have been really good. It's not going to happen now. On the Wii, we've got Medal of Honor Heroes 2. I've never played this one. I didn't actually realise there was one for Wii, to be honest. I've missed out on a 8-bit game. This is Humdinger. It looks gorgeous. But probably a side-scrolling shooter, I'm not sure. So, a couple of brilliant items that I found. I'll go with this first. I've not seen one of these since I had my very first Master System. It was the power base model, and obviously you could use cartridges or cards. Cards, I've not seen one for you. Obviously I've seen them on eBay, but I've not seen one in actual flesh, and I couldn't resist it to buy this. It's only a tennis title, but I really had to have it just to get a card back in my collection. Christ, there we go. It is complete. I think there should be like a plastic sleeve, because obviously that's not held in. But you know, I'm not too fussed about that. The booklets, the manual's still in nice condition. The case is in really good condition. Yeah, just to have a card in the collection. I think Eddie mentioned maybe a subset of collecting the cards. I think there's about 20, but I think they're really expensive, or most of them are. So I don't think I'll be doing that. I just wanted that one in the collection. Another game for another collection that I ain't really bought for a while. My favourite game of all time, Space Harrier. This is on the Game Gear. This is in fantastic condition. The box is, you know, is excellent. It's just a fantastic quality item, and much needed for my Space Harrier collection, which I've kind of neglected. Really, I've neglected it. But that's gonna, and it's in this plastic sleeve, which I don't intend on taking out. I want to protect it as much as possible. There is sticker residue, and I did consider trying to get that off, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to damage it. You know, With it being cardboard, I'm not very experienced taking stickers off cardboard, if you know what I mean. Getting it off these is an absolute doddle, but yeah, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. It's doing no harm, really. It's doing no harm. Right, we better move on. A couple of game guide books, and he had quite a lot, but some of them were, I can't remember the name now. They're a different publisher. I'm after the Brady game ones, and I couldn't remember what I'd already got, cause, I've only got a few. I've only got about 6, but I took a punt and I got this one. This is Bully Canis Cannon Edit. Pretty sure I don't have this one, but yeah, it's the Brady game ones that I'm after. None of the others really. But he did have loads of others, but like I said, there were different publishers. Another Brady games one. This is Sonic Generations. And then lastly, although it's not a Brady games one, it's for the collection, the COD collection, and it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Hardened Edition. I think he threw this in for me. He says I ain't got a price on it really. I don't know what to price it up, because he says you can have it. So he threw it in. He's an absolute, it's a cracking bloke. He's Craig, a sound blow. Lots of fun as well. We had a right laugh. That is it from Craig's lockup. So where do we go after that? We went to, where are these? No, there what Eddie got. I'll go on to what Eddie Eddie fetched me. I bought some games off Eddie recently. He'd gone to this car booty man. Firstly, he'd thrown some of these Master System games in for me. Look at that, Saxon 3D. I have got a couple more Master System 3D games on the way from Eddie, from his car booty man. We've got Shooting Gallery. I think Shooting Gallery is loaded, pre-loaded onto my Master System. I think it's Shooting Gallery. Hang on, but obviously I need the cart as well, so that's Shooting Gallery. And then he said, I'm not sure if you had that or not, and I'm not sure myself, but either way, you know, if I am, then brilliant. It's going to go into my collection on Sonic the Hedgehog. And then a few PS2, and these are really good titles. These are not shelf fillers as such. These are quality titles. So first off, we've got XII Stag. I'm sure there is a game XII, isn't there? But this is Stag. I actually thought it was like a Wipeout kind of game. Looking on the screen, it's a shooter. It's a shmup. So, I don't know if Eddie's played that. You'll have to let me know, Eddie. Next we've got Shin Megami Tensei's Lucifer's Call. These are getting quite expensive now, the Shin Megami series. Next we've got Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. I'm assuming it's a one-on-one fighting game. Look at this quality. Castlevania. Never played the series, never played it, but I do know of Castlevania and how popular it is, and in certain cases how expensive the games are. This is, I used to pronounce it Yu-Gi-Oh, but as usual I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, the Duelist of the Roses. I think Yu-Gi-Oh were trading cards on it, like a rival to Pokemon maybe. This one, very Japanesey, probably an RPG game. Phantom Bride, Brave, sorry, Phantom Brave by Koei. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong as well. Eddie will correct me. Koei, Koei. And then, as Eddie pointed out, you'd be surprised at these. This is Buzz Junior Dino Den. Now the Buzz series, there's some big hitters in there. There's some that don't come up very often. That's from Eddie there, what I got off Eddie. What we got next? Oh, me and Eddie, after we'd been at Consiborough, is it Consiborough, with Craig and Pete Party Tour, we came back to Ponty, and we nipped in Console Yourself. I only bought 2 titles. Not shelf fillers as such, but like, well, one more £8, this one was about £5. This is Masters of the Universe. You know, kind of got pretty much everything that Console Yourself have for the PS2 on the normal shelves. They do have glass display cabinets with the more expensive titles in, the more sought after titles, if you like. Big Game Out, he recently did a video tour of Console Yourself in Pontefract, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It is a good little shop. It's more appreciated than I thought it was, actually. A couple of people in the WhatsApp group have been saying it's a brilliant shop. They prefer it over Saw Thumbs. I'm a bit on the fence with that, to be honest. I do like Saw Thumbs, but yeah, I've kind of underappreciated Console Yourself. But yeah, it is a good little shop if you get a chance, if you're around the area in Pontefract, West Yorkshire. Go check it out. Now then, this next game, it was, how much was it? £14 in Doorway to Darkness. And I think I made a little bit, I posted a photo of it in the WhatsApp group. And it was Alice says I paid a lot less than that, than £14. I thought, well, maybe I can get it cheaper, so I left it, and I'm glad I did, because although I'll still probably got it cheaper, I don't know. I got these Barbie Horse Adventures. This were £8 from Console Yourself. Yeah, it's all complete. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm never going to play out like that. But, you know, sometimes these kind of games that we've seen before just rocket in price. This is the bundle from Doorway to Darkness. And this is the last part of the, oh sorry, apart from the stuff I got from Big Game Out. But I'll have to get behind the camera for these. But these were from Doorway to Darkness. Lethal Skies. I spent about £25 in that shop on these titles. Kind of like a flight sim afterburner kind of game by Sammy, whatever they are. Soul Reaver 2. Again, this is one of those I keep looking at it and thinking I've actually got it. And the more I look at it, the more I do think I've got it. But anyway, like I say, if I have, then it goes up for trade. I already own this, but I want this for the separate collection, the Medal of Honor collection. Frontline on PS2, brilliant game. Just a shell filler, RPM tuning, you know, boy racing kind of thing. Medal of Honor Vanguard, Medal of Honor European Assault. This is quite weighty. It's got a right booklet in it. This is Mad Maestro. It reminds me very much of a Wii game, a Wii looking game. That looks like one of them Wii's on the Wii. But yeah, Mad Maestro. It's some kind of orchestrion musical game. In my opinion, the best of the series of Medal of Honor on the PS2 at least is Rising Sun. A lot of people prefer, I think, Frontline, where you're storming the beach at Normandy, but you know, that is my favourite. That one is based in Japan. This one is Orphan. Don't know anything about this. Scion of Sorcery. And then lastly, we've got just a Disney game. This is Peter Pan, The Legend of Neverland. That goes under D, not P. D. Disney's. Retro Bear will agree with me if nobody else will. That is it. What I'm going to do now is go behind the camera and show you what. Well, I can show you these first. These were all off Big Game Al, just free. He just wanted rid of them. He had a couple of light guns, and at first I said, yeah, I'll take them off your hands. But I think Goodwin wanted them, and to be fair, so I've let him have them, because really they're only going to be display stuff for me. I'm only taking them off his hands, really. But these are not, these are stuff that I actually do want. This is Real World Golf Game Track 2007, but it's sealed, so if I do already own it, that one's getting traded. This is sealed. But speaking of Game Track, look at this. It's brilliant condition. It's the box, the actual Game Track machine itself. It's kind of a weird peripheral. You're kind of like a puppet with things on your strings that connect to the base and stuff, and how you move determines, you know, your actions in the game. Probably rather clunky, really. I don't think it really did that well, but lovely to have this. Like I said, the box is in great condition. The machine's in brilliant condition as well. Just it's a nice shelf piece. I'll never play it, but thank you very much for that, Al. Right, let's get behind the camera and show you what else Al got me. So we've got this big thing. This is a rock guitar. Obviously it's not the Guitar Hero, it's not the official guitar. All these that Al got me, they're third-party products, but I don't mind third-party products. I think some of them are really nice looking, quirky. A lot of quirky stuff that the third-party manufacturers made. Let me plonk it on there. I'm not trying not to squash my phone, which is playing some Commodore 64 music at the moment in the background. But yeah, it's wireless. It makes me laugh. Compatible with P2, Guitar Hero and Hero. Obviously, it should be PS2, but it's compatible with the PS2 and the. Is it PS1? I don't know. Or it might be another one that I'm thinking of that's compatible with the PS1. But that's the rock guitar. Next we've got. Oh no, sorry. This was from Craig's. Craig's here again. Bloody hell. This is the sports board, and it's basically a skateboard. You stand on it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, this was from Craig's here again. I tell you, I'm terrible with getting things mixed up. Again, it's something I'll never use. I'm too clumsy to be stood on all like that, moving about. I'll end up breaking my ankle or something on it. So it's a display piece. Now then, this is what. Let me move my phone. This is what Big Al got me. I've had it out. It's absolutely insane. I'm not going to get it out today, but it's the oops, upside down. 2 seconds. Yeah, this is the race pack, and it's for Xbox and PlayStation 2. It's basically a racing chair. It says the arcade racing experience, and it all just folds away. It just folds into one thing. It's amazing. It starts out like that, unfolds out. Now, I can't remember seeing the wheel. I did get it out, and I'm sure they want the wheel. Now, I'm hoping that you can use any kind of wheel. If not, I might have to source a wheel, but I might have just missed it. I only had it out briefly just to have a quick look. But yeah, it looks amazing. If I can, you know, I'll probably get it out and have a little play in here somehow. If I can make some room. But yeah, that is fantastic. So a massive thank you to Big Game Al for the guitar, this race pack, and the game track stuff. But yeah, that's what Big Al fetched me the other day when he nipped over, and he came up this way. I think he went all round up here, Lancashire and Yorkshire. So God knows how long this video's run. Like I say, on my camcorder I ain't got a little time you know, prompt. So but hopefully you've enjoyed this pickup special. You know, there was that much stuff. I thought I might as well just do a special and then do a separate lock-up show type of video later on in the month, where I'll show you. I think we're on to C's, aren't we, on the PS2 collection. I'll show you some more little knickknacks and quirky items, and more of the PlayStation 1 pickups. I've still got a couple of bundles of those left to get through yet. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed what I've shown you today. And like I say, I'll be back later on in the month, show you some more stuff. But for now, thank you for watching, and see you later.